Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to this explainer, where we're looking at what is essentially a complete paradigm shift in the tech world. We're going to break down exactly how you can build real, functioning applications using AI tools. And honestly, the best part, you absolutely do not need a computer science degree to do it. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Can non-programmers really build applications? Well, we're shattering that myth of cryptic coding right here and now. Yes, you absolutely can. In fact, learners all across India are already shipping real websites, internal tools, and AI products as we speak. And they aren't doing it by spending hours memorizing syntax. They're doing it simply by thinking logically and expressing their intent clearly to an AI. So here's our structured roadmap for this explainer. We'll quickly move through an introduction to vibe coding, the economics driving this trend, the essential tools you'll need, real projects you can actually build, career and salary expectations, and finally, a step-by-step roadmap. I assure you, we're going to cover exactly how to go from zero to a totally job-ready portfolio.
Section 1. Welcome to Vibe Coding, Redefining Software Development.
We need to completely reframe how you think about your role. You're no longer just a typist sitting in the dark fighting error messages. Instead, think of yourself as a director of AI who sets the overall vision. By definition, vibe coding is a development approach where you express your intent in natural language and the AI generates, edits, and debugs the code for you. The barrier to entry has dropped so dramatically, this means people from commerce, arts, design, or even marketing backgrounds can start building confidently because you're working with flow, not fighting syntax.
Now, what's really interesting to see is the stark contrast here. Traditional programming forces this incredibly steep theory-first learning curve. You have to memorize syntax and write extensive manual code before you ever build anything remotely useful. While vibe coding flips that entirely on its head. You build first, you learn the concepts in context as they actually appear, and you just direct the AI in plain English. It's really like getting the easy accessibility of no-code tools combined with the limitless flexibility of real programming.
Section 2. The economics of AI development, a structural shift in tech.
We really need to ground this concept in some undeniable reality, because this isn't just a trend, it's a permanent structural change. Just look at this number, 55%. A massive GitHub study of 4,800 developers showed that tasks are completed 55% faster when using an AI tool like Copilot. To put that into perspective, that means the average developer is saving about 3.6 hours every single week. The fundamental economics of building software have just totally shifted. And if we look at Gartner's projections for 2026, they estimate that 60% of all new code is going to be AI-generated, leaving 40% human-generated. But, and this is a really critical maturity caveat, AI code often needs human testing and security hardening. AI is an assistant, right? Not an autopilot. So, as a non-programmer, you aren't competing against the AI, you're riding it, filling that absolutely crucial human-in-the-loop role. Let's move to Section 3. Essential tools and skills. Building your AI toolkit.
Did you know that 70% of engineers now use 2 to 4 AI tools simultaneously? Your modern toolkit is going to draw from this really powerful list: ChatGPT, GitHub Copilot, Claude AI, Cursor AI, Gemini, Bolt.new, Lovable, Windsurf, and Replit AI. If you want immediate results without having to install a single thing, browser-based builders like Bolt.new are fantastic. On the flip side, when you're ready for full professional power and context-aware iteration, AI-native editors like Cursor AI are definitely the way to go.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is prompt engineering. This is basically the craft of writing clear, structured instructions where you specifically state your goal, the constraints, the format, and the context. These AI tools change every few months, but this skill compounds. It's the single highest leveraged skill in vibe coding, and it makes literally every single AI tool we just talked about incredibly effective.
Alongside your prompting, you'll definitely want to grasp a few core fundamentals: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for web structure and interactivity, some basic Python, Git and GitHub for version control, APIs for connecting services, and AI-assisted debugging. Now, hear me clearly on this. You absolutely do not need mastery, but understanding these basics allows you to read the code, guide the AI effectively, and most importantly, reframe those inevitable errors from frustrating roadblocks into totally solvable puzzles.
Section 4. Real projects you can build. Learning by shipping. Let's shift focus to what you as a beginner can actually create right now. Because let's face it, learning by shipping keeps your motivation super high. Here's a highly effective, progressive list of projects you can walk through.
Step 1. Start by prompting the AI to build a personal portfolio website with a working contact form. Step 2. Level up to a small e-commerce product page with a functional shopping cart. Step 3. Build an event booking or appointment app. I literally cannot stress this enough. Having a portfolio of 3 solid, actually deployed projects often does way more for your job prospects than any multiple choice certificate ever could.
Section 5. Careers and Salary Expectations. The Growing AI Job Market. These skills literally open doors to roles like AI-assisted developer, front-end developer, and prompt engineer. And the hiring data, it's just staggering. NASSCOM projects over 1 million AI and ML roles in India by the end of 2026, with a 40% annual demand growth. Enterprise adoption is completely mainstream now, with about 90% of Fortune 100 companies deploying Copilot. And this hiring isn't just in traditional tech companies. It spans IT, startups, fintech, e-commerce, and healthcare. Local hubs, particularly places like Hyderabad, offer incredibly dense opportunities right now for builders who can ship fast.
And this brilliantly illustrates the compensation matrix we're looking at for 2026 in India. Beginners generally sit in the 4 to 8 lakhs per annum range. However, freshers who come in with hands-on, demonstrable AI projects, they can actually push their starting salaries toward that 8 to 12 LPA market product companies. The biggest lever on your salary is your portfolio of project work, for sure, not just how long you've been doing it.
Finally, Section 6, your step-by-step roadmap, going from zero to job ready.
All right, it's time to get totally actionable. Remember, a sequenced curriculum always beats scattered tutorials and prevents you from falling into what we call tutorial hell. So here's your timeline to go from zero to job ready. Month 1, you're a beginner, focusing on prompt basics, HTML, CSS, and deploying at first portfolio site. Months 2 and 3, you hit the intermediate stage, tackling JavaScript, databases, Git, and building out a full app. Months 4 and 5, you advance to authentication, APIs, AI debugging, and shipping a real product. And by month 6, you're a professional, polishing your portfolio, doing mock interviews, and getting freelance ready. Structured programs, like the Vibe Coding Course in Hyderabad, follow this exact arc and provide the mentor reviews and placement support needed to ensure you advance successfully through every single one of these stages. To conclude our explainer today, I really want to leave you with this powerful quote from our source material. Your future as an AI-powered developer starts with a single prompt. The barrier to entry into the tech industry has genuinely never been lower. You really don't need years of dry theory anymore. You just need curiosity, clear thinking, and the willingness to build. So, as you look at all these incredible tools available to you right now, what will your first prompt be?